All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So in this one, I wanted to focus in on a quarterback prospect here who just took a top 30 visit with the New York Jets. It's someone who's not really getting a lot of hype, right? Like in the mainstream, first round, second round, third round, but more so that day 3 pick. Someone who has a very, very decorated college career. But behind the scenes, it seems like there's actually a lot more buzz. You know, again, top 30 visit with the Jets, top 30 visit with the Raiders, top 30 visit with the Denver Broncos. There seems to be this connection with this quarterback prospect to teams that run a West Coast style of system. It's Cam Miller, quarterback from North Dakota State. But before we dive into him as a prospect, I did want to give a special shout out to today's video sponsor, Mando. Mando is a whole body deodorant that you could use anywhere with 72-hour odor control, aluminum free as well. And it was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. The whole body deodorant is ozone friendly, cruelty free, residue free, and butane free. They offer a bunch of different scents as well. This one's bourbon leather. It's my personal favorite from them. But they also offer a starter pack, right? And if you use code Jetscentral, you'll get $5 off that starter pack, which is the equivalent to 40% off. And the starter pack includes a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like a mini body wash or deodorant wipes, and also free shipping. And again, use code Jetscentral at shopmando.com. The link will be listed down below in the description box. Shout out to Mando for sponsoring the video. Thank you. So we're looking at Cam Miller as a quarterback prospect. And by the way, if there's any North Dakota State fans, any Bison fans out there, please let me know your thoughts with Miller down below in the comment section. From what I've seen from Cam Miller, granted, I haven't watched every single snap of every single year. By the way, Cam Miller has been a 4-year starter with the Bison, improved every single year, yards, touchdowns, TD to INT ratio. I mean, Cam, we're going to get into it, but from what I've seen so far, I actually really like his game. There's, of course, a couple flaws. There's a reason why he's not being talked about in the first or second round here. But he's, to me, an interesting day 3 prospect that I feel like definitely deserves to be talked about with some of these other day 3 quarterback options. So I think for me, the big thing with Cam Miller that stands out is whenever you're talking about, you know, a quarterback coming in from like a non-power 4 conference these days, at the FCS level like Miller, there needs to be an array of attractive qualities. It can't just be arm strength. That's it. Or, oh, he has really good mobility. That's it. Like, there needs to be multiple areas of the quarterback's game that is impressive. And I think with Cam Miller, again, when you dive into him as a player, in my opinion, he has a good arm. You know, it's not the best arm in the world, but, you know, he can really throw the ball with zip. I think there's good velocity on the football. He's mobile. He extends plays. I really like how the offense that he runs with the Bison is a multiple offense. So he is getting under center. He is like, there are like true West Coast types of plays that we see Cam Miller run. It doesn't look too difficult for him to read a defense. He goes through full field reads. I think one thing that he really does a good job with is selling the play action game, pulling the ball back and, you know, rolling out for a bootleg, or even off those old school 7 to 8 step dropbacks, being able to hit that back foot off of a play action and then continuously climb the pocket. Not someone who, you know, and look, Cam Miller's not 6'6". It's not Big Ben or Joe Flacco, someone back there, you know, who can just tower over the offensive lineman. 6'1", 212 is what Miller's listed at. So obviously not the biggest guy in the world, and that's probably his biggest knock. But the point is, someone at that size who has the pocket awareness, has the confidence in himself to actually stand in there off of a play action and climb the pocket, be able to feel pressure, move left, move right, find throwing lanes. That to me, it's a very hard thing to teach to a quarterback that just doesn't have a clue on how to maneuver the pocket. I'm not saying it can't be improved upon for, you know, quarterbacks out there, but I think when you have that innate ability and it's constantly on display week after week, year after year, there is something there to that, and it needs to be talked about, quite frankly. You start diving into the statistics with Cam Miller, right? I mean, this is someone who's played a ton of games, 4-year starter, got better every single year. Touchdowns, yards, passing attempts, completion percentage, a great TD to INT ratio. Last season, he threw for 3,251 yards, 33 touchdowns, 4 picks, with a completion percentage of 73.5%. You know, when you have a quarterback that is dropping back and throwing the ball, right, like a decent amount of attempts, and you have a pretty high number of passing touchdowns, with a high completion percentage, and you're not turning the football over, you're not putting the ball in harm's way, that is exactly what OCs, exactly what QB coaches want, right? Do you have the ability to run the offense, right? Identify the defense, snap the ball, drop back, find the open guy. When you find the open guy, deliver an accurate pass. If you have those things down, chances are you're going to be a really efficient player. And when you're a really efficient player, that's when you start getting talked about as one of the better quarterbacks in whatever conference you play in. So Cam Miller, again, has built upon the 4 years at North Dakota State, improving every single season. And it's also someone that's had a lot of team success as well, right? Aaron Glenn, you have the Bill Parcells connection, and Tyson specifically from Let's Talk Jets Radio has talked about, Bill Parcells' quarterback maybe checklist. And granted, it was such a long time ago, but I do feel like it still resonates, right? He wants a quarterback that wins. He wants a quarterback that has played in a lot of games, someone that's really experienced. And, you're looking even at last season's draft class. Jaden Daniels, just an incredible rookie season. He was someone coming out of the collegiate ranks that played in so many games. All those years at Arizona State, LSU, Bo Nix. Bo Nix looked pretty smooth his rookie season, right? It just felt like a seamless process in a pretty complex Sean Payton offense. He was also the FCS MVP, a ton of starts, ton of experience under his belt, 56 starts in 67 games with 54 starts straight. That is impressive. Talk about durability. It's the quarterback position, right? Especially for a mobile guy who is going to be taking hits, who is going to be extending plays, who does like to hang in the pocket. So, in other words, probably going to be hit from the defensive line. 54 straight starts, I don't care what level it is pretty damn impressive. And then you throw on top of it the career totals for numbers. I mean, this guy is super, super efficient. So, could the Jets maybe look at a guy in Cam Miller on that third day of the NFL draft, round 4, 5, 6, or 7? Right now, it looks to be like a round 5, round 6 projection to the NFL for Cam Miller. But I do think it's interesting that you have a bunch of veteran coaches, a bunch of well-respected individuals in the NFL that are that seem to really look at Cam Miller and say, "Hey, we have a little bit of interest here. We don't really care what the quarterback position looks like right now. We want to get you in for an interview." Again, in Sean Payton, you have the Chip Kelly, Pete Carroll combo, and Aaron Glenn, who of course isn't really a super tenured offensive coordinator or anything like that, or even head coach, but he's been around the game for a long time. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. With Cam Miller, again, North Dakota State fans, please let me know your thoughts down below. Was he impressive? Do the numbers back up the play? Do the numbers kind of reflect the eye test? From what I've seen, there's a lot of Brock Purdy. More so Brock Purdy at Iowa State than, with the 49ers. But I do think it's an interesting comp because Brock Purdy doesn't have really the greatest size in the world. He doesn't have the biggest arm, Mahomes, Josh Allen, but he is someone that can throw the ball on time. It is someone that can run and operate in offense and not get overwhelmed or get confused by the defense. He knows where he's going with the football most of the time and also can take care of it. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way. So, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and as always, go Jets.